We begin with the rapidly developing situations at the Kaesong Industrial Park. In an abrupt move, North Korea has declared it is expelling all South Korean workers from that joint park and is freezing all the assets of South Korean companies that are operating there. South Koreans had already begun the process of withdrawing and packing their bags from the joint industrial park earlier today. We now connect to our Connie Kim, standing by at the Inter-Korean Transit Office in Paju for more.
Well, Daniel, the announcement came about an hour ago from North Korea's Korean Central News Agency. Now, Pyongyang has announced it has closed down the complex and designated as a military control zone. Now, it says it'll freeze all assets and equipment held by the South Korean companies operating in the complex. Remember, today was the first day South Korean factory owners began heading to the complex to start the process of withdrawing from the complex. With North Korea's abrupt announcement, inter-Korean ties are expected to go through turbulence. The general consensus here among reporters is that this is a much more serious situation than in 2013 when there was a 5-month shutdown.
Right, this time we were taking a page from North Korea's playbook, hoping that it'll work. Sometimes stronger action seems to work against North Korea instead of just trying to peacefully talk things out. The South Korean the businessmen who are running the operations there, as well as the North Koreans who punch in to work at the industrial complexes, must have been a very abrupt, last-minute arrangement for them. Did you notice anything unusual on the North Korean side earlier today?
Well, Daniel, it seems like North Korea has told its workers not to report to duty on Thursday. Reportedly, some 280 buses arrived at the complex as usual, but they appeared empty. A total of 132 South Koreans entered the complex today. Most of the factory and company owners returning from Kaesong remained tight-lipped and were reluctant to comment about the shutdown.
South Koreans with factories at the complex are trying their best, but what we got is a sudden notice to pull out. What did we do wrong? The country would be better off if the companies were allowed to prosper.
We respect the government's orders and have no choice but to leave Kaesong Industrial District Management Committee.
The South Korean government had been reviewing plans for supporting the companies, but that plan for now seems like it'll have to change significantly, as it now appears the complex won't be restarting anytime soon. Reporting live from the Inter-Korean Transit Office, I am Connie Kim.
Well, thank you for being out there for us, Connie, and for those updates. Now, there's rapidly changing situations in the complex of the once peaceful mode in the last remaining hope or symbol of reunification for South Koreans, and a link of economic ties between North and South Korea is, of course, in serious jeopardy. There's a situation right now with military tensions constantly being escalated, with South Korea's military also preparing to boost readiness just in case, with North Korea constantly coming up with more aggressive actions, coming up with time limits, cornering South Koreans to really rush and get out of there. It seems North Korea is responding in a the usual North Korean way, that is, responding with aggressiveness, saying, you can't quit on us, we are going to quit on you, seems to be the attitude from North Korea.